Good evening, South Central Texas. I am Chief Forecaster David with your Storm Austin San Antonio weather update. We have a weather watch in effect for tonight for the possibility for a few isolated storms that may try to bubble up across the hill country. Chances are about at 20%, but we'll watch it closely. If storms can bubble up later this early morning tomorrow for your Saturday, we're tracking some isolated showers throughout the day on Saturday. And a result of that, we're tracking some severe weather potential that's going to really increase in the evening time and overnight into Easter Sunday morning, which we'll break down here soon. Speaking of Saturday evening into Easter morning, we've issued a weather alert day for severe weather potential that could be quite impactful. So if you have any early morning plans between 1 a.m. to about, say, 8, 9 in the morning, there could be some noisy storms possibly. But then we're also keeping our eyes out for maybe a few supercells that may try to bubble up in the evening, which we'll talk about here in a moment. So what's happening in the big picture? We've got an area of low pressure right around the Four Corners region. It's bringing in moisture down here. So we have a dry line that's stalled out around in this area. And then shortly here, this is going to create a cold front with the low pressure system. But before we get ahead of myself here, continue going forward about what things could look like. Why is it so cloudy? Why is there so much moisture? Again, a dry line, a front is over here. But then we got moisture coming in. It's working through from the Gulf of America. It's pumping in moisture, and more moisture. And that's why we have a lot of cloud cover and just mugginess happening out there across this Lone Star State in areas further towards the north. So for tonight here in our local area, we are under a level 1 and a 5 marginal risk of severe weather for parts of Mason County. If storms can happen, if they can happen, they'll likely happen early tomorrow morning, which I will be here for. If storms happen early in the morning, I'll go live immediately if they get closer to our area. We have nothing tonight, no stream expected, but if we do see activity, we'll go live. Besides that, Storm Prediction Center does think we could see some storms happen in parts of Burnett County, Atlanta, Gillespie, and Mason counties, under the possibility for some strong storms and maybe an isolated storm. If storms happen, we could have hail up to quarters and wind speeds 45 to 60 miles per hour. Overall, it would be a very weak, severe storm if we were to see any severe weather tonight. So we're going to go ahead, fast forward. Let's go all the way into Saturday evening. Mainly dry. You can see a few little blips of green. This is probably some drizzle, sprinkles, isolated shower activity, possibly lingering into about 7 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, our isolated shower activity should come to an end. Our attention will be off towards the west. By 8, 9 o'clock, we'll have to keep our eyes on for a few supercells that will try to work its way into our environment 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, or 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, which I posted a weather alert for an isolated supercell or two. If those can develop, if those can work in our atmosphere, it could drop an isolated tornado, large hail, and damaging winds. Storm Prediction Center has actually increased a tornado threat for parts of Mason County for tomorrow. So again, if a tornado were to happen, the better chances would be in Mason County. So if you're in Mason, Llano, or Gillespie counties, I want you to be weather aware. And I'm just right now, I'm not trying to scare anyone, or I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm just trying to give you guys my honest opinion for what I'm seeing right now with what things are looking like right now. So again, right in this zone, if you live in that area, please have a way to receive weather alerts tomorrow. Be prepared for the possibility for a supercell. Of course, if no supercells happen, that's awesome. But if a supercell does happen, I'm trying to alert you with what things are coming on, or what things are looking like right now. Weather alert continues post until 10 o'clock. I actually have a weather alert continuing until 11 o'clock, so it goes from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. That's the open window of this weather alert posted for our Saturday evening into the overnights. And then by 11 p.m., mostly dry, and once again, focusing our attention back off towards the west, a mean squall line of storms will come in. This particular model is not showing the best colors. What we're thinking is it's going to have a whole lot of red, orange, and pink probably along this front. So when you look at the radar, you're going to see a lot of orange and red. It should not look this weak. Trust me, this will be really strong as it works its way to the hill country. We can see some strong winds, heavy rain, maybe hail and wind. By the way, tornado threat should be not existent when this squall line of storms comes in. But by 5 in the morning, squall line starts to weaken as it approaches the western parts of the metro. By 6 in the morning, it arrives and it's pretty weakened considerably. And by the way, this is a very high res model run, so the model actually ends right here. But later tonight, we should get some new model runs and we'll see what things look like. And overall, in particular here, the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted the entire hill country's western Wilco and parts of western Travis County under a level 2 out of 5, slight risk of severe weather. Again, almost fell there. So again, you see that isolated tornado threat? That's for the evening. Reminder, right in this zone, if a supercell can happen, an isolated tornado can't be ruled out. In particular, with that squall into storms, we could have winds from 55 to 75 miles per hour and hail upwards to ping pongs, and then storms should gradually weaken as they approach the I-35 corridor. Flash flooding threat, a level 1 out of 4 marginal risk for the I-35 corridor, points off towards the west, towards the hill country, and then Sunday doesn't look like will have any flooding concerns. Further south you go, the less the totals. Further north and west you go of Austin, the greater totals, maybe near an inch by Monday morning. And then we got more rain chances each and every day next several days. We could see a half an inch to 2 inches and a half further south you go of Austin. And then from Austin points north, 1 to 3 inches of rain is possible, particularly higher amounts could be possible. Tonight in the capital city, right around 70 tonight, mainly overcast. Again, maybe some storms this evening in the hill country, about a 20%. We'll monitor it. And then tomorrow in Austin, high of 83, 30% chance for a few isolated to scattered storms. And then that weather alert day is posted overnight Saturday into early parts of Sunday morning, as temperatures this weekend will be in the lower 80s. 50% rain chance is for 10 in the morning and before on Sunday, 10 a.m. and after, about a 30 to a 20% chance. And in your 7-day forecast here for the next couple of days, keep an eye on those storm chances Tuesday and Friday. We'll get a lull in the action on Monday. Maybe some rumbly storms again Tuesday through Friday. Overall temperatures, not too bad, but it is pretty warm with 80s throughout the next several days. Again, we'll continue to monitor the storm threat tonight out in the hill country. Again, if storms get warned, if they get closer to our area and they become severe, if they warrant to get severe, we'll come on air and do some updates here on the Storm TV Network YouTube channel. But for the meantime, this is the latest I got for now. You guys stay weather aware, but for the meantime, just be on guard, keep eyes on the radar. That is exactly what I'll be doing here for the next 2 to 3 hours. Take care, guys.